40 years. A lot has changed in our world and certainly in the broadcast industry over the past 4 decades. Nate Penn has been on the front lines of it all. Spending those 40 years at WXYZ Channel 7, the majority of that time as a videographer working the streets and covering the big news of the day. And not just in Detroit. When the terrorist attacks took place on 9/11, Nate packed up his gear and headed to Ground Zero for extensive reporting and live broadcasts from New York with reporter Christy McDonald.
They've stopped all the media right here, as you can see by the barricades.
I was so young and I was so scared and I was so sad, and you were my rock that entire week and then every time we went back after.
The family of Ms. Rosa Parks requested that he be the one and only photographer to accompany them and the casket on the trip to Washington, D.C. for her viewing in the rotunda of our nation's capital.
Nate freely admits being overwhelmed by the outpouring of love for Mrs. Parks in Montgomery and Washington. Jokingly, he says it's tough to shoot with tears in your eyes.
I know it was a part of history, and I knew it was very important for me to go, and I was a little tired from the previous assignment, but it was such an honor to be chosen to go that I had to go.
Nate was born in Mobile, Alabama, but Detroit and Michigan have been home since he was a teenager. It's where he's put down roots. It's where Nate and his wife of 46 years, Andrea, have raised their 3 children, Raina, Nate, and Sean, and where they enjoy spending time with their beautiful granddaughter, Ariana.
Whether out on a story or at home base at Broadcast House, Nate is not only professional and a man of character and integrity, but he is the most positive, upbeat, supportive colleague and friend anyone could ask for.
Nate was also on the ground in Florida covering the presidential election controversy in 2000.
We made every single slot, and Nate was there no matter what, with a smile on his face, ready to go, ready to do that live shot, ready to get that piece fed back to Detroit. And it was grueling, but we had one heck of a time.
5 years later, he was back in Florida for a week of coverage of Super Bowl 39. Nate and I traveled to Jacksonville to show viewers how our local security experts and organizing officials were on the ground to study and observe in preparation of Detroit's game the following year. Today, colleagues at Broadcast House, past and present, salute our friend, Nate Penn, as he joins his distinguished peers with membership in the Silver Circle.